La Plata County could be headed for another coronavirus stay-at-home shutdown if residents aren't more diligent about social distancing, wearing masks, and avoiding social gathering, San Juan Basin public officials have warned. You're watching the Local News Network, brought to you by Whole Health Family Medicine. I'm Wendy Graham Settle. The growing infection rate from COVID-19 has prompted San Juan Basin public health officials to designate La Plata County as a COVID-19 Dial Orange, high-risk community this week. As a result of the local surge, Durango School District 9R announced that all classes will move online starting November 11th and will continue through the end of the holiday break. COVID cases statewide are growing exponentially as colder weather settles in, and La Plata County alone saw 95 new cases the week of October 31st through November 6th, a 23% increase over the cumulative total from the previous week. More than 500 cases of COVID-19 infections have been confirmed in La Plata County since the virus arrived in Colorado last March. The Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment reports that the state is experiencing an average of 3,000 new cases daily, compared with 100 new cases a week in September and October.
We know that everyone is really tired of COVID-19, and we're tired of being in a global pandemic. And unfortunately, a lot of what we were doing together as a community over the last couple of months is not going to work as well going forward, because the burden of disease in the state of Colorado is so much higher now than it was even a few weeks ago.
Under a Dial Level 3 high-risk designation, residents are encouraged to stay home and avoid social gatherings with friends, or limit social gatherings to 10 or fewer people from no more than 2 households. Restaurants and retail businesses must limit occupancy to 25% of normal or to fewer than 50 people, whichever is less. Last call for bars will be 11 p.m. rather than 2 a.m. Last week, the city of Denver declared a 30-day curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. to limit social gatherings. And this week, La Plata County announced it was reopening its Emergency Operations Center to coordinate community diagnostic testing. Jalon said the latest state health department statistics estimate that 1 in 100 people are infected with the coronavirus, and 70% of 18 to 25-year-olds are infected but asymptomatic.
We don't know where all of the spread is happening. It is diffuse across demographics. It is happening in workplaces. It is happening in private social gatherings. It's happening in friend groups. So we really have to work together right now as a community to change our activities, change our behavior, and see if we can get this under control again.
Jalon urges residents to be more diligent in following public health precautions to slow the spread of coronavirus and to avoid another community-wide shutdown. Wear a face covering in public as required. Work at home whenever possible. Wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your face and cover your cough and sneezes. Practice physical distancing of 6 feet or more from another person. Get tested if you have symptoms or believe you've been exposed through a known contact or community event, and limit your social gatherings to household members.
So we are asking people to only socialize with members of your household for a little while, right? And do not accept any invitations to go to other households, and do not invite other individuals over to your household. This is not a great time to be getting together for dinner. It's not a great time to be watching sports together. It's not a great time to be watching election returns together. We really, really need to limit who we spend time with to our household members. If you have a job where you can work from home and you're not already working from home, this is the time to make that switch and go back to working from home. It is not the time to be going anywhere if you feel like you have any symptoms, or if you feel like you've been exposed to anyone that may have COVID-19.
You can follow the numbers and read more about Level 3 safer at home limits at SJB Public Health. Thanks for watching this edition of the Local News Network. Download our news from your favorite podcast app to listen to anytime, anywhere. I'm Wendy Graham Settle.